Welcome back, my friend. This is Dustin Nemos of the Nemos News Network, and this is your update on the Wuhan coronavirus, also now known as COVID-19. Here we go.
There was a time when I had my head in the sand. Then I found out that power players pass lies for truth and truth for lies, especially in areas of life and health. I used to stay quiet, and now I speak up. I red pill my family, I red pill my friends, and I support redpillliving.com. Red Pill Living has real health products that support longevity, vitality, and detoxification against the deep state attacks on your health. It's redpillliving.com. Wake up, stand up, speak up.
So one update is that China is deploying 40 mobile incinerators to the city of Wuhan. 40. The word is that almost 1 billion people are now on quarantine throughout China. Supposedly they're trying to reopen industry, but that seems like a very ill-informed decision. Continuing, we also have the US starting to test people who have flu symptoms for coronavirus. It's here, folks. This is in California, I believe. Let's see. It will roll out 5 labs. So people in the U.S. experiencing flu-like symptoms will be screened for the latest coronavirus that originated from China. Officials from the CDC and Prevention, or Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, announced during a briefing on Friday, adding that will roll out 5 labs in Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, San Francisco, and Seattle to screen patients through the ominously sounding National Flu Surveillance Program. And if that wasn't bad enough, they also said the program is likely to expand as more confirmed cases are expected in the coming days and weeks. So, this isn't about the flu, obviously. China is injecting a record 5 trillion yuan into their economy to try to bump it up while they're going through a zero production phase. I mean, they're basically ground to a halt. Their entire economy, everything they're producing is ground to a halt. Supplies have stopped. Exports have stopped. But this will not last, and all it really does at the end is compound the problem for the Chinese poor. They're already dealing with the virus, and now their money is going to be a little bit more worthless. Maybe a lot more worthless. This isn't something that China can as easily do as the United States, because money printing doesn't work as well unless you're the Federal Reserve and the reserve currency of the world. So the other countries have to take our money, but and that's not fair either, because it's the Federal Reserve and nothing federal about it. It's just one more central bank, and we happen to be the reserve currency at the time. But there's nothing really in that money that causes it to have value. It's just fiat paper, and they just keep printing it. Same thing is now happening in China. So what happens for them? They get really hurt by it when they do this. This is going to cause massive inflation for the Chinese. Now, we also have 6,700 people in California are told to quarantine at home. And imagine the homeless populations in places like LA where diseases are already outbreaking. I mean, they've had typhus, things like that have returned because of the rats and the squalor and the piles of human feces, not to mention the drug needles and everything else, and the diseases bouncing around. What's happening in places like California right now with the homeless populations is a breeding ground for a wider, much deadlier pandemic outbreak in the United States. It's also a multi-generational damage done to those who are suffering under it. Not only will their bodies be ravaged by these diseases for the remainder of their healthy youth, if they even have any youth left, but these diseases will go on to impact them and those that they know and anyone who's around them, possibly at least. I mean, I'm giving you the worst case here, but on and on. And now coronavirus thrown into the mix. We may not have much homeless to worry about for very long. And that's a dark thing to contemplate. That's it for now. I hope that everyone is, I won't say enjoying this video like I usually do, but at least finding value in the updates. Please support independent media. This is not an easy task to do given the fact that we're facing untold censorship. I call this the censorship winter. I mean, I see the light at the end of the tunnel, but remember, we're being censored more than ever. Most of independent media have lost over 90% of our traffic. I've lost about 100% of my growth, being frozen in place for a year, solid on YouTube at 96,000 subscribers. And most of that was negative, a couple of hundred a month or something ridiculous. Now I'm back to 6,700. It stays there algorithmically, whereas I used to get 30,000 subscribers a month, some months. So I want people to support independent media so that we can continue to push back against the fake news and let people know what's really happening. I'll see you on the next one. Dustin Nemos out. And you can subscribe, by the way, just in case they ban us again, at nemosnewsnetwork.com/news. We'll see you on the next one.